Priya. Welcome back to hashtag Megha Says. Today is my third video on finance concept. In yesterday's second video, we see about accounts person, finance person, and non-finance person. We see detailed information about these three concepts, and we see examples also importance of these persons in a company. Then we see that how our decision, if we are working in a company and we are working in any department, then how can our decision affect on the finance or on the profit of our business. We see all those points in descriptive manner. And today I am going to share you about our share structure and financial statements. Firstly, let's check about our share structure. In our class, trainers join for PPSD. We teach them, we give them hard skill as well as soft skill. But to make them perfect in the hard skill, we tell them that they have to teach to their students. Because according to learning pyramid, if I want to be 90% perfect in any package or in any software, then I must teach others. And if I teach others, then I can become perfect in that particular package. That's why we give batches to our trainers. Trainers teach to their students, and against that they got share. Share means the money for their teaching to the students. This money is given from the fees of that particular student. In our class, there are different courses, and students give different fees for those different courses. We give 10% of the total fees to trainers for their teaching, and in that we not do that for one time. We give that by installments. By installments means we can say that suppose I am a trainer and I have taken a batch of Microsoft Office, then I have to teach to my batch for 3 months or 4 months. The fees of Microsoft Office is 5,000 rupees. So I will get 500 rupees for that batch for my 4 months teaching. And in that 500 rupees, we have made division. We have prepared the course content. From that course content, we write down the total points, means total how many points we have to teach to our batch. After writing down total points, we calculate the 1 month point. 1 month point is calculated by total points divided by duration. Here we get 1 month point. After getting 1 month point, we calculate 1 month share. 1 month share is calculated by dividing to 10% of fees by duration. Means if we divide our 10% fees by duration, then we will get 1 month share. After that, we calculate per point share. Means if I teach 1 point to my student, then how much share I will get. We mention all that. And in this way, trainers can get their income also. They become engaged in students. They get money for their teaching. That's why they try to teach to more students, and when they try to teach more students, they get perfect in the package. This is our share structure, and we have prepared the share format for all courses also. According to that share format, we give shares to all our trainers. Then this share system has very beneficial for our class. Before share system, we were giving fixed payment to all our trainers, but some trainers were working according to their payment, but some trainers were not working as per their payment. So we were giving payment for not doing their work. But after share structure implemented, we give to the trainers the amount as much they have worked, not extra, not less. So they get the full benefit of their teaching, they get the full benefit of their knowledge giving, and except that they become perfect in knowledge, they become best in communication, they become best in presentations, their convenience skill is improved, they get attached with more students, they try to bring the admissions through their students. It definitely helps to increase their personal income also, and their class income, and our class income also. That's why the share structure has given so much benefits to our class, but we just have to pay proper attention on it, and we just have to implement it in a proper way. So we give share monthly. We check the course content of our trainers, the fees paid by students, then teaching of student, projects of student, and then we give shares to all our trainers. In today's video, second point is financial statements. As I told yesterday, there is a one scorekeeper for any match or inventory keeper for any production company. His work is to mention all the incoming and outgoings, to access the profit of our company. Means whatever income we had done, whatever expenses we had done, how much cash is remaining, and what is our profit. Are we in profit or are we in a good phase or not? It all is calculated by scorekeeper or inventory keeper. This person have to prepare three most important financial statements. The first one is the income statement. In that income statement, there are two statements: trading account and profit and loss account. Third one is the balance sheet. Fourth one is the cash flow statement, and fifth one is the fund flow statement. Let's see about these statements in detail. Let's see about trading account. Trading account, it is in Marathi it is known as व्यापारी खाते. In trading account, all direct income and direct expenses are recorded. On the debit side of trading account, all direct expenses are recorded, while on the credit side of trading account, all direct incomes are recorded. Direct expenses means expenses which can directly affect on the production of our company, and direct income means the expenses which is earned directly by selling our product, that is direct income. After mentioning all these things in trading account, we get difference. If our debit side is greater and credit side is small, means if our expenses are extra than income, then definitely we are in a loss. It is called as a gross loss, which is occurred by direct income and direct expenses. And if our debit side is greater than if our credit side is greater than debit side, because on debit side all expenses are mentioned, on credit side all income is mentioned. Means if our income is extra than expenses, then we are in a profit. It is known as a gross profit. This gross profit is transferred to the profit and loss account. Profit and loss account in Marathi it is known as नफा तोटा पत्रक or नफा तोटा खाते. Whether we have gross profit or gross loss, if we have gross profit, then it is transferred on credit side of profit and loss account, and if we have a gross loss, then it is transferred on the debit side of profit and loss account. In profit and loss account, all indirect income and indirect expenses are mentioned. On the debit side of profit and loss account, all indirect expenses are recorded. On the credit side of profit and loss account, all the indirect incomes are recorded. In indirect expenses, it comes like a salary paid, commission paid, rent paid, light bill paid, or transport charges paid, packaging charges paid, then depreciation we mention here. Whatever indirect expenses we had done, we have to mention them on the debit side. And on credit side, there are all indirect incomes. Indirect income means the incomes which we earned except our business. Suppose, let's take an example. I have my computer class with Nagesh sir, and here the students who paid money is my direct income. But if I invested my money in share market, or if I make a fixed deposit in any bank and I got interest on that, then that becomes my indirect income, because that is not my main business. The cash which is earned from our main business is direct income, and the cash which is earned except our business is known as indirect income. So here in profit and loss account, we get net profit or net loss. If our expenses are extra as usual, then we will be in the loss. If our income is extra, then we will be in the profit. This is the actual profit of our company, which is used for filing the income tax return file. Means when we file our income tax return, then this profit is considered not gross profit or gross loss, because this is the actual profit of our company. That's why. This gross profit is transferred again to the balance sheet. In Marathi, balance sheet is known as the ताळेबंद पत्रक. Balance sheet is prepared to know the actual financial position of our business. There are two sides of balance sheet. First one is the liability side, second one is the asset side. On the liability side, all liabilities such as capital, then sundry creditors, loan liabilities, or bills payable are mentioned. Means the payable of our business are mentioned on the liability side of the balance sheet. Our net profit is also transferred here, because capital is mentioned on liability side, and net profit is added in capital. If it is a net loss, then it is deducted from our capital. So this is our liability side, and on another side, all assets are mentioned, assets and receivables. Assets means the actual assets of our company, such as furniture, building, land, machinery, then sundry debtors, cash account, bank account, cash account, bank account, then loans and advances which we are about to receive. All these assets are mentioned on the asset side. This shows the financial position of our business. This shows us the fund, assets, liabilities of our business, but it doesn't show the incoming or outcoming of the cash. For that, we have to prepare another statement, and about that I will explain tomorrow. Thank you so much. I hope you like my video. If you have any suggestions, then please tell me in my comment box so that I can improve in myself. Thank you.